Originally from Easton, Massachusetts, Gordon began his head coaching career in 1996 with the Atlanta Knights of the IHL. At 32, he was the youngest head coach in the league's history. Gordon's next stop came in 1998 with the Roanoke Express of the ECHL, leading the club to consecutive first-place finishes and an 82, 42, and 16 record. For the past 5 years, Gordon has been behind the bench for the Providence Bruins of the AHL, this past season leading them to an AHL best record of 55, 18, and 3, earning Coach of the Year honors. Gordon is the 14th head coach in Islanders history and is counting on bringing his tradition of winning along with him. Chris King now with the Man of the Hour.
All right, Scott, let's start with this. There are a lot of former NHL coaches, many who had Stanley Cups on their resumes, who interviewed for this job and didn't get it. Why is Scott Gordon the new head coach of the New York Islanders?
Well, I think, given the situation and where the team's at and the direction they want to go, that, I got to believe that the fit with me here in what my background is and where I've come from and how I've done things complements the situation well. So, it looked like a pretty formidable task to be able to beat out those coaches that you mentioned. But all you can do is the best that you can do. And I came into the interview with the mindset that I'm talking about what made us successful in Providence and in my time in the Boston organization and then go from there.
Well, what is your coaching style? Describe it for us.
Well, I think, I don't want to say I'm a player's coach. I like to believe I'm a bit of a player's coach, but at the same time, you have to be able to get your message across, and sometimes it can't be in a friendly way. You have to be able to play a style that fits your team, and to get them, you have to train them to play that style. And the biggest thing that, as good as our team can be with good X's and O's and good positional play, I think that one of my strengths is communication with the players and getting them to understand, not only as individuals but as a team, what we want to try to accomplish, why we're trying to accomplish, and not just say that this is what we're going to do and you're going to do it and that's it. Get them to see that if we can work together as a team, we'll be more successful.
Well, who are some of the coaches who influenced you coming up?
I've taken from a lot of coaches that I played for, coaches that I've coached against. There's no one guy that stands out. I think you can learn from everybody, and I've tried to do that. Whether standing on the bench and looking at the opposition and how they play is something that I think will fit into our team. I've been able to do it that way, or through reading, or even through other sports. Maybe there's something that the Patriots do that I've read about that I feel that this is something that can help our team.
Well, you're a former goaltender. Garth Snow is a former goaltender. How will that help in your relationship as GM and coach?
Well, I think that more importantly that whether we're goalies or not, I think we're on the same wavelength as far as where the team is at and what the future holds. And I don't think we have to be goalies to make that work, and I'm sure he feels the same way.
Well, Scott, over half of this current Islander roster has come up through the American Hockey League. How much does that give you a comfort level, having been at Providence for 8 years?
Well, it's important, especially with the way the salary cap is. You have to develop your own players and making sure that you can only go out and sign so many free agents. To have a good balance, you have to be able to develop your young players so that you have a low end and the high end of the spectrum as far as what you're paying your players. And I think that when you look at our team and the players that came up last year and what's down in Bridgeport and what's going to be down in Bridgeport with the players that have been drafted and all the picks, I think that's a great thing to have. That's a great thing that we have going for us.
Well, finally, you dressed as a backup goaltender for the Quebec Nordiques for one game here at Nassau Coliseum. And understand there's an interesting story behind it. Can you tell us that?
Yeah, I was telling the guys that one of my many games that I backed up, the bench in the Nassau Coliseum on the visitor side anyway, was real tight. And I was standing down by our blue line, and the play was coming from my left to right. And the puck was shot over the bench, and in the process of ducking and getting hit with the puck, the trainer who was standing beside me, we couldn't get out of the way of each other, and we banged heads. And between the bang of the head, the cut on the head, and the shot I had to take for the stitching up, it wasn't a good experience. And not to mention the fact that it was New Year's Eve, and it was quite a way to close out the year.
Well, Scott, I'm sure much better things await you at Nassau Coliseum. Congratulations on getting this job, and welcome to Long Island.
All right, thank you.